Yeshua, your King of praise. Shalom, everyone. This is Messianic Rabbi Buzz Tremé, the Jew teaching you. Welcome to our Bible study. Yeshua, you are the way. Yeshua. Okay. Hey, I'm excited about the Bible study. And I get excited really easy, so it may not be a great thing. But I'm going to flip this and maybe write some new things on here. I was thinking about, I'm always fighting space. Where can I write this? Where can I write that? And then it occurred to me, this thing flips, Yeah, It's kind of like I was telling the story of, it was starting to lightning and I was cutting grass and Lorraine's going, get in. I'm going, oh man, just lightning and thunder. And she's giving me the what for, and lightning struck a tree close by. I realized my wife sometimes is very right. So anyway, I don't know how I get through life sometimes, but my wife is a helper. She's actually the guide. So anyway, it occurred to me that my board has a flip side. So how about that? That's like being born again. You got a new side, huh? So I want to point out something. We're talking about the Mosaic covenant. And what's some other terms for that covenant? Because sometimes you might be talking with somebody that uses different terminology and it'll throw you off, So another term for the Mosaic covenant is the law. And to some people, they will say Torah, okay? And it's a little ambiguous. They're talking about the first 5 books, which don't have much of the law in it, mainly from Exodus onward. So another thing that people will call the Mosaic covenant is the Sinai covenant, okay, because it was made at the Sinai, Mount Sinai. So, and by the way, the Mount Sinai that has been celebrated for centuries as the Mount Sinai of the Bible is definitely not, and the true one, of course, in the last 30 years or so has surfaced, and it is the true Mount Sinai with all of the markings, all of the artifacts, all of the relics, everything is there. So we have the Roman Empire intervening, telling Christians and Jews what they are to believe. And so we ended up with a Mount Sinai. And it's funny, and while it's on my mind, I will say it. But having gone there in 1993, they had a descendant of the burning bush that Moses, where he saw the Lord, the angel of the Lord appeared in the burning bush, told him to take off his shoes, you're standing on holy ground. Remember that? And then he went and got the people of Israel, brought them out. And again, at that same spot's where he received the Torah, the law, the instruction. So, in the 4th century, Constantine's mother, Helene, she had a lot of power because her son was the general that defeated the other general. By killing all these thousands of people, it made him the head of the Roman Empire, and he now sets himself up as the head of a new church. It's called the Roman Catholic Church. So this new concept is not going to be just about the Jews and their history, which blesses all nations, but it's about Rome and their empire. So it's called replacement theology when the Roman Church was founded. So in 325 AD, they held their first council. Well, they set forth rules, and today Christians are still thinking, we didn't know what to believe. What do you mean you didn't know what to believe? We have New Testaments, it tells us, Old Testaments. Anyway, it's just funny how the Romans got such a grip on things and taught anti-Semitism, which is still flourishing in much of Christianity today. Thank God there's a move of the Spirit saying, The remnant will always be faithful to God. The remnant will always know what's going on. And they recognize Israel's the chosen people. And when you're a Gentile and you accept them, you get grafted in and become fellow heirs with God's people. That is good stuff, huh? So it just changes everything. Well, Constantine's mother was Helene, and she immediately, because of her notoriety, she was a celebrity overnight because of her son being so wonderful, having killed all those thousands of people. And he made Hitler look like a Boy Scout, you know. Anyway, they call him St. Constantine. Constantine, his mom, Helene, she sent emissaries all over the Holy Land. Now, this is in the 4th century, so the 300 years had passed since the apostles, and she's sending people out to the land to check it out, to find out the original sites where everything took place. Because, see, in Roman pagan worship, in their Roman religion, places and relics and things had great value. And that was passed on into the Roman church for centuries, still is. So she wanted to find out where Yeshua was born. She wanted to find out where he ascended, where he did his first miracles. You go to the place where the first miracles appeared, and there's a Catholic shrine, and right next to it, a Greek Orthodox shrine. They both argued over, it's mine, it's mine. So they got two churches represented there. Now, you know, they were once one church, and it all politically divided, and they cursed each other. Oh, this is all holy stuff. That's a joke. You know, my sarcasm there is real. Anyhow, but Helene sent these people out with orders, find these places. I want to know where everything took place so I can build shrines there and establish churches. Before that, there were no church buildings. This is good to know. There were no church buildings. Wherever the people assembled, the Lord was there by His Spirit. The gifts of the Spirit operate. The church flourishes, and this is how this thing worked. You can't kill it because it's portable, it's mobile, it's ever moving. You put pressure on it, it squishes out and bears fruit. That's the church of the living God. But the Romans said, no, we've got to build the church and make them look like the ancient pagan temples. And so they did. And soon stained glass replaced the presence of God, but you had an air of divinity. Do y'all get it? Phony, phony, phony. Don't be deceived. Okay. Now, so Miss Helene built the, she had her emissaries come back. And look, if they came back and she didn't think they worked hard enough to find it, cut their throats, kill them, send another. Don't come back without a relic of John the Baptist's body. I want at least one of his teeth. Do you get it? This is so sicko, huh? I'm not going to hell because Satan works to do his thing. I'm going to follow Jesus Christ, the Lord of glory. Are you? Yes. Okay. So Helene started the worship at Mount Sinai. It's the wrong Mount Sinai. So I go there in 1993 and they've got a chicken wire cage. And for centuries people have been going there, and there's a bush in it, and all the tourists want to get through the chicken wire and pluck a leaf so they can be blessed by it, because it's a descendant of the original bush, the burning bush that Moses saw on Sinai. Yo, this is so ridiculously out of control, demonic. So now they found out that Mount Sinai is not even the right location. I went there and looked around, and nothing in the Bible fits this scenery. So if you go to the true Mount Sinai, which Paul says in Galatians is in Arabia, it's funny that it's in the Bible, and they weren't looking in Arabia, but when you go to Arabia, there is a Mount Sinai with the top of it burned and vitrified. Vitrified means the rock has been turned to glass by extreme heat. This is where the shofar of the Lord, that's when the shofar first appears in the Bible, when God came down on Sinai. This is where you see the 12 stones set up as for the 12 tribes. This is a big rock here that obviously had a lot of water coming out it for a lot of time, and it is the rock that is spoken of in the book of Numbers, where the water, Moses struck the rock, remember, and the water came out. It's there. The 12 tribes' names. All of this is there. It's just amazing that how easily we would follow something that is not there, is not accurate, right? Okay, nobody agree with me, so they all agree. My point is, the truth will set you free. Who wants to be in bondage? Anybody? What holds you in bondage? Fear of family? Fear of this? I believe in loving family and loving them into the kingdom, but they need to see the love of Christ on us, right? In us. Many a person's family has been changed because somebody dared to live it in front of them. And take the initial, pie in the face. Just tell them you love them, and hey, I've read the Bible,